So welcome everyone. My name is Pete Smith. I'm the Anne Arundel County Council District 1 representative, and I represent the northern part of Anne Arundel County. And one of the special treats that I have in my district is the Chesapeake Arts Center. It is a wonderful place that allows us to not only create from a artistic standpoint, but they have theater, song, dance, you name it, they have it here in the Chesapeake Arts Center. But what's special about the next few moments is this is also Hispanic Heritage Month. And we are trying to highlight some very special people who actually have contributed to the culture, who have given us valued time and their commitment and their energy to make this county a much better place. And I'm here today to bring you one of those special people. And his name is Jesse Raudales. Right? I got it right.
You got it right.
Jesse is the man. If you've never heard of him, you should. So take out your phone, Google his name right now, because you're going to get ready to learn a lot about who he is as a person, who he is as an artist, and who he is as a man. And what I want to do is introduce you all formally to Jesse and give him the floor so he can talk a little bit about who he is. Jesse, who are you?
I am the first Latino Olympic artist to represent the United States. I am an artist. Being an artist is my gift to the world. Being Latino is my relationship with the world. So that's basically, that sums it up of who I am. I use my art to document current events. I don't like to just paint still pictures or landscapes or trees. That's fine, if that's what you like, but I like to document current events, things that happened during my time here on Earth. So if you look at my body of work, you will know what happened during this year when Kobe died, or you'll know like when Katrina hit, the earthquake in Haiti. All of that is documented when George Floyd was murdered, for example. So I like to document current events, kind of like hieroglyphics. That's how we know about our past, because the artist documented that, right?
So we can go in a cave right now and look at those paintings that are thousands of years old.
Exactly.
Because someone painted a vision on there of what they see.
Right. During their time.
Yes.
So
it's like you're transporting back to the past, because you're looking at that event as it took place in that artist's eyes,
right,
when they captured it. So, are you originally from Maryland? Like, where are you originally from?
I was born in McAllen, Texas.
Okay.
My mother crossed the border when she was pregnant with me. She didn't want to have her baby in Mexico.
Yes.
She crossed the border. I was born in McAllen, Texas. We moved to Wilson, North Carolina before I was 1, and I grew up in Wilson, North Carolina. Went to art school in Atlanta on a scholarship, the Arts Institute of Atlanta, Georgia, and then from there I went to Los Angeles and lived my adulthood in LA, and I've come back here.
So what made you get into painting? Why art?
I was born an artist.
Yeah.
And I remember being 4 years old and just whatever I imagined in my mind, I can paint, sculpt, draw. I just knew how to do it. So I was just born an artist. It was, that's just what it was. My mom, she would always tell me, make sure the Lord gave you a gift, make sure to share it. Share it with the world. So that's what I've been doing.
Yeah, I sing, grew up singing in the choir, was in a boy band, but obviously that wasn't my calling. It's still my passion. I still love doing it. But fortunately for me, I fell into something that obviously serving the community is something I'm good at, and I continue to do, and that's what I'm doing now. But when it comes to art, was there a moment in your sort of teen years or early adulthood where you knew this was your calling? Like, this, if I don't do anything else, I'm going to do this.
I've always known. I've always told my mom since I was a kid, that I was going to be a famous artist. I used to practice drawing my signature, because for most artists, you got to get that signature, right?
Yes.
So I used to practice just, write my signature. And I would say I won a lot of art contests, and, I was always involved with the arts. And as a teenager, I didn't think I could go to college because, I grew up in a, poor community in the hood in Wilson. And, tragic thing happened with my best friend Smokey, who passed away. He was murdered. And, he came back to me in a dream. And I used to be afraid of that dream. I would always wake up. And my mom said, you need to listen to him. See what he has to say.
Yeah.
So in the dream, Smokey said, "Hey, you need to get up out of here. You know, you have all this talent inside of you. Don't waste it. You know, you need to. You always talking about you're going to be a famous artist. Go do it. You know." So I would say that was a turning point in my life where I really got super focused. And one of my counselors, Mr. Taylor, who passed away during COVID, he helped me get a scholarship to the Arts Institute of Atlanta.
Yeah.
So I was able to go to college, and of course, the first thing they cut is the arts.
Arts, it's always
So Daddy Bush, the first George Bush, he cut the funds, and I was called into the office, and basically I was told, if you don't have 80,000, you're gonna have to go, because art is a luxury, not a necessity, right? And so I ended up moving to LA because I was already shipping out. I used to do airbrushes and stuff on jeans and jackets. So I had a friend out in LA, and I would ship him out. He would ship me some jean jackets or clothes, and I was airbrushing all of Old Town 357 and MC Hammer stuff. Yeah. And so I figured, hey, I saw my stuff on TV on Soul Train, so might as well go out there, and make it happen.
Now, you mentioned something in the beginning about the Olympics.
Right.
I had never, up until this point, so I met you and read your story that art was a part of the Olympics.
Right.
Never knew it. Like, explain, how does that even happen?
Right. So, like you, I was the same way. I had no idea that art was part of the Olympics. So I'm sitting at home one day, get a call from one of my friends, Miguel Nunez, who's an actor. He said, "Hey, some of the lady's gonna be calling you with the United States Olympic team." Me and Jerry Buss and her and some more people were sitting around at a dinner.
The Jerry Buss from the Lakers.
From the Lakers. And everyone was discussing what he had on his walls,
And I just found out about him because I was watching the TV series.
Right.
So
they're saying, I have a Picasso, I have this, I have a Liechtenstein. And he said, I have a Raudales. And the lady from the Olympic Committee said, who is Raudales? And he gave her my website. She went to my website and she said, oh my God, it's my job on the Olympic Committee to tell every artist that I feel, that I meet that has talent to submit their art for the Olympics. So she gave me a call and she said, the first thing she said was, Jesse, I love your work, but there's no chance in hell that you're gonna be selected as an Olympic artist. It's my job to tell artists that I like or that I see their work to at least submit. She said, so this is my job and I'm telling you, submit. I was like, what do you mean? And she said, just submit some artwork to this email address and, like I said, don't get your hopes up. There's not a chance in hell that's gonna happen.
Wow.
So I said, all right. Didn't know anything about it. And, it was during the Winter Olympic Games, 2006. I don't ski, I don't snowboard. So I did a couple of pieces of, snowboarding and skiing. And I knew the theme was about peace. And I knew we were at war. So I said, well, I was a single father. I said, I'm at peace when I'm with my child. So I basically did his face in outline with a dove, which is a universal symbol of peace, and submitted that as the last piece. And it was the one in with the red background, really simple piece. And a couple of months later, I got a call. They said that I had made the first round, and she was like, don't get your hopes up. Don't worry,
She was adamant about that.
Because there's literally
setting expectation.
There's hundreds of thousands of applicants from all over, from different countries. So it's not just the United States; it's all over the world. So then, maybe 5 months later, I get a call from an attorney, and he's like, "What are you doing?" And this is crazy. Still brings chills. He's like, Jesse, what are you doing right now? I said, I'm on my way to my son's school to give for his birthday. I'm giving him a birthday party. And, he's like, really? He said, well, can I fax you some information, some contracts over there? I said, what type of contract? He said, well, we'd like you to be part of the Olympic team, as far as an artist. I said, really? And he was like, yes, I'll pull the car. I was like, I thought there wasn't a chance in hell that I would get selected. So I gave him the school's fax number and everything, and became an Olympic artist on my son's birthday with his image of his face. That's the one they liked. And then
how appropriate.
So right, and so the Olympics had an idea. They said we want to call this piece "Peace for the Children of the World." So we want you to add 2 more pieces in different colors. And so I ended up becoming the only Olympic artist to have 3 paintings
Dress.
simultaneously, one Olympics. And yeah, so it's a great honor, privilege, and I always, educate people about that because, like you, I did not know either.
Well, now how long have you been in Anne Arundel County?
I've been here for right at 3.5 years now.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Have we made it accessible for you as far as your art? Have we taken you and made you feel at home?
Yes.
Okay.
This feels like the Arts District in Los Angeles.
Yes.
It's the closest thing to it. I feel at home. I feel welcome. I've had an art exhibit every 2 years, minus the pandemic.
Sure.
Always at schools and colleges speaking, always giving lectures and talking in different art classes. And so yes, it's been, Anne Arundel County has been great.
Now, if someone wanted to reach out to you to actually, ask you to do a piece, how would they do that? Is there like some social media they can get to, or?
They can go to my website. It's probably the quickest way. It's jesseRaudales.com, and under there you'll see contact information manager at jesseRaudales.com. I'm on all social media platforms, but that probably is the most direct way to get to me.
Okay, so they could, what's the term, like contract a piece or whatever that?
It's you can go to my website, you can buy merchandise or reprints or clays.
Check.
But if you want a commission piece, an original, then then you would just email me and then I would contact you back. And,
well, I am buying a piece here in the very near future, so because I love the artwork that you have here. I recently bought a house here earlier this year anyway, so I need to outfit it. I told one of my friends that it looks like just a single guy lives there because all the walls are barren, and I'm looking for something to put on the walls. So I'm looking forward to it. But do you have a couple favorite pieces? Is there a piece that stands out for you?
Yes, there's several pieces. I would say for this particular exhibit, I'm a Frida Kahlo fan. She's a Mexican artist.
Yes.
I really love her work. I love that she was a female and she was very strong and positive and vibrant. She used all these colors. Yes. And then she went through so much pain and trauma in her own life. So I always paint pieces of her.
And you try to interpret that pain that she went through into the painting as well? Okay.
And put my twist on it.
Yes.
Basically. And the other piece I would say is my favorite piece is Katrina. And it's of this little boy holding a hose pipe. Back when Katrina happened, the big flood, I was sitting at home in LA and I was watching CNN News, and you see this reporter, interviewing different people, and then you just see a little kid walk up behind her, grab a hose pipe, and just start drinking water, and you could tell that was survival. So I sketched it out, wanted to document that event. So that's one of my favorite, and it's been touring with me in all of my exhibits.
Well, obviously we lost several thousand, I think, died during Katrina. I remember it. I was in, was that 2009?
It was about that.
Around that time, 2009?
Somewhere around there.
I was doing some military training, wound up breaking my ankle that year, and was on crutches and had surgery to put a screw in there, and it just was a traumatic period for me. So I think that was the connection that I had. But I do remember seeing all those folks who lost just about everything.
Right.
And floating bodies, and it was a very sad point in our history. But it's good that you were able to capture that, like hieroglyphics and that art, and you captured this moment in time that's us. Like every painting that you have ever probably created is a part of our history.
Yes.
It's who we are as human beings, as a culture. And it feels like, and the crazy part about some of the photos that I was trying to research this in advance is there's this emotion that's drawn from it. It's like you feel you can see yourself in that person or that image, whatever the subject is, and you feel whatever they're going through. And so art, I don't know if it's obviously like song, because I love emotional songs, but art is the same way, right? A picture is worth 1,000 words, right?
That's
there,
right.
It literally is, because you can see 1,000 different things and feel 1,000 different ways about art and about the drawings that you've created. And so I'm excited that we had this opportunity to sort of talk about this. I can't wait to show the world, at least my universe of folks, who you are, because I would love for them to all go to your website, all order pieces to encourage and to inspire other artists to go out there and do bigger and better things. Now, I serve on the county council, right? My job is to make sure that we have a county budget in its simplistic form, But at the end of the day, I want to make sure the communities here and the residents here, businesses here, feel like a part of the family.
Right.
And there are several pieces that you have where it feels like I'm a part of Jesse's family. So I'm excited to be a part of that clan now, and I will be tattooing your name on me. Make sure they're aware of it. Any sort of last remarks or anything you want the world to know?
Yeah, I would say that, as I said, art is a luxury, not a necessity. That's why when they were discussing who had what, these are multi-millionaires in this home, right? Discussing the art, the value. So art just goes up.
Yes.
I always tell young people, if you have money, invest in an artist or invest in art, because you can get, number one, you get a certificate of authenticity from it, and the value will go up. You can get art insured.
Yes.
So if your house burns down and you had some art, you had it insured, that's good. They're going to pay for that. So it's better than wearing a chain around your neck or buying a car, because the value will go up on art, but it will decrease in that. And then once I'm gone, it's going to be even more, value.
Well, we don't want that to happen. It was just there for many, many years to come.
Well, I'm explaining it because a lot of artists, famous artists that we buy their work now, they never knew any of this. They never knew that they were going to become famous. They never knew their works were going to be out there. So Van Gogh, he died, broke. I think he killed himself. His paintings were stuck in his sister's attic for 20 years, 15, 20 years, and then somebody came by and then so he never knew. And that's what happens to most artists.
Well, the good thing about this is we're trying to recognize your story now and tell you how valued you are now, especially with this month focusing on your culture, because you all bring so much to this nation, you bring so much to this county, and I'm proud that we get to sort of live a little bit of piece of that, even during this month, but we get to see it and feel it, and hopefully we can advertise it and push it out there and show the world how amazing the Latin culture is, and how valuable and how much you all enrich us as Americans. And so because you're a part of our journey and our history and our culture, and so we're excited about that journey.
It's a pleasure, man. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you, man. It's good to see you.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, we've just sitting here talking to Jesse, and if you have not had an opportunity, please go to his website. Please order a piece, and just figure out and check out the Olympics piece. Like I said, I never even knew that existed until I learned about who he was as an artist. And so that being said, thank you all for joining us on this journey, and we will catch up with you later.